Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. We have a Funko review we're taking a look at today with a little twist I want to put on this. This is going to be a verse video. I haven't done one of these at all. I thought this would be a kind of a cool idea to do. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this type of format. I might do more of these, I might not. This might be just a one-off, who knows. What we're looking at are two different Funko Pops. We're looking at the Luke Skywalker Jedi version and the Luke Skywalker Endor version of these two Pops. So basically what I want to do is compare both these Pops against one another and say which Pop, in my personal opinion, is the better one of these two Pops. Again, this is all subjective. There's no rhyme or reason of why one person would pick one or the other. Maybe they have personal preference of one design over another design. It could be any number of reasons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a breakdown. I'm going to look at the box aesthetics. I'm going to look at each figure individually. We'll look at the articulation, we'll look at the paint, we'll look at the strengths and the weaknesses of both these Pops, and at the end of the video and final thoughts for you, the viewer, will come to a conclusion of which one I think is the better Pop. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to go into a breakdown segment. Okay guys, we're in our breakdown segment in this head-to-head verse battle between the Luke Skywalker Jedi Pop and the Luke Skywalker Endor Pop. So first thing we do before we do anything, let's look at the packaging of both boxes and move the figures aside. So actually looking at the packaging of both boxes. Now if you notice on the Jedi one over here, the one I'm shaking over here, it has black and white text. The reason for this is because this particular Pop was called From the Vault. This is a re-release Pop of the original released run of the Luke Skywalker Jedi Pop. Basically, they retired the Pop and brought it back into circulation. Now, the way you could tell a difference of usually a vaulted Pop is if you look down here, this is a black and white bar. All the original Star Wars released figures, not including this new one here, had a blue bar with white text. That's how you know that was an original released figure. They did it with the Jawa figure, they did it with, I think, the Tusken Raider, and they did it with this one, I think, Greedo as well. They actually re-released. So if you notice, you'll see a black and white bar. That's how you tell a difference. So packaging, very good packaging between both Pops. Now if we turn it, of course, if we go this way, we'll see both side shots of the figure here. Now if you notice here, there's a lot more going on over here than it is over here. There's a lot more stuff to the figure, at least for the Endor one here, than it is from the traditional Jedi one that we saw with the black and the moved over shirt tunic. That's also kind of a favor. Of course, in this one, there's a lot more stuff with that figure. Now if we look at this side, very similar for text, very similar in design as far as the box packaging. Now, stuff gets different when you go to the very back. Again, more design choices here with, we got, of course, on the Endor one over here, with a lot more stuff going on, a lot more figure. It looks like it's about the same amount of figures, 9 figures in both waves, and the text looks a little different between the traditional one we saw here than the Endor one over here. So, box packaging aside, let's actually bring the figures back in. Now, they both support figure stands, as we normally come to know and love for Star Wars. So they both have figure stands, so it's both a plus. There's no difference between these stands. These are identical stands. They both say Star Wars. Both have these double peg stand holes on it. So that aside, let's actually look at the figures as a whole. They are both, of course, similar bobbleheads. They are both bobbleheads because they're Star Wars Pops, and as a Funko licensing, they have to do bobbleheads. Now, let's actually look first at the standard Jedi one, the black one. Very similar to what we normally see on a Pop. Good amount of detail. It has a nice little, as I mentioned earlier, the tunic kind of is pulled over that we saw near the end of Jedi with the confrontation with Vader. The saber looks alright, but there is an issue with this saber, and I think all of them are this issue, is the color itself. I'm not really too worried about the bend in the saber. That's, you know, that's basically, you're going to get that on any number of quality issues. So it's not a perfectly straight blade. I can live with that. I'm not judging this figure negatively against this blade itself, but I'm judging it by the color of the blade, not its actual form and what the material is made out of. No bad paint on it, very solid, but it is that the saber is a little gummy, but that, you know, that's okay. And there is some detail on the actual hilt itself, as you see me spinning it around here. And there is a little bit, like I said, there's a little bit of detail on the back of the hilt. You don't see a huge amount of paint wash on it, but it looks okay. Now, putting him aside, we'll look at the Endor Pop. There is so much going on more compared to the Jedi one, just by the pure aesthetic and design. As you see here, as we spinning them around, they're shaking like crazy. But you can see there's a lot more sculpt on the Endor pop than there is on the Jedi pop. And the color of the blade is much greener, it's much more translucent on this blade than it is on this one. I'm kind of bringing it into the shot so you can see what I'm talking about here as I spin them around. You can see this one here, the one I'm shaking, has a bright, like more of a, I would say it's a, not even a brighter, but a more screen accurate color, that's what I'm looking for, than the Jedi blade. So I think this one, as far as design of the blade itself, looks a lot better. Is it a straighter blade? Yes, but again, that's a quality issue, so I'm not going to use that as a pro or con against this particular figure. If you look at the helmet, there's a lot of tooling on this particular helmet. I like the way the helmet looks really, really nice. Going to look at his kind of poncho he has that sort of a camo color, which looks really, really nice. I think they did a really, really great job on that particular color and this particular pop as a whole. Now, if you ask me which one is better, well, that's a tough call. That's a really tough call. It's like picking your favorite kid. Which one do you pick? From a pure subjective approach, the Endor pop has a lot more going on with it than the Jedi one. Now, people may pick the Jedi one because they remember this look of Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi, and that may be their favorite Luke pop. I'm going in this situation with this guy here. I think this one has more going on. There's more tooling, there's more detail, there's more paint. I think this one as a whole just looks a lot better. So with that being said, guys, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Okay guys, final thoughts on my little verse video between the Luke Skywalker Jedi pop and the Luke Skywalker Endor pop. Which one do I think is the better pop in this verse head-to-head battle? It's a really, really tough call. I mentioned the issues I had with the Jedi Luke here with the lightsaber color, the way it looks here compared to the Endor one. In my personal opinion, I think the Endor one trumps out from the pure aesthetic, pure sculpt, and the fixed of the Jedi colored saber compared to the traditional Luke that we saw in the black outfit with the removed piece that you see on his shirt. I think this pop here, I think the Endor pop itself is a better, more pleasing pop with a lot more going on compared to the traditional one here. Now, a lot of people might like this Jedi one a lot more, and it is a good pop, no questions about it, but I think the Endor one just trumps it with just pure aesthetics, pure design, pure box art. I think it has so many more things going for it than the actual Luke Jedi one goes. And this, of course, being, as we talked about in the breakdown, a vaulted pop. This was the like a rerun of the pop. This was a brand new sculpt, brand new design. So you have to weigh that in this factor too. This one would of course be a lower price point, even lower the original price point of this particular pop compared to this one, which is a first to the market, first design for this. It is the pure aesthetic of this pop here. So with that being said, I hope you like this kind of little verse segment, a little head-to-head battle between these two guys here. So I hope you kind of like this little video. Remember to click the like button. Always click that big subscribe button you see at the bottom of the page, and you can click the windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. I'll see you next video, and bye-bye.